So for example 8, we're going to solve another function that has multiple angles. And in this case, we actually have a tangent, but instead of taking it 2 times our x, we're actually taking x divided by 2. So if we want to solve this equation, we're going to start off with the tangent of x over 2 minus 1 equals 0. We need to add 1 to both sides. We're going to have the tangent of x over 2 is equal to 1. So now what we really want to solve, or what you really want, is we are going to disregard the divided by 2, and we are going to instead solve the tangent of x that equals 1. So if we have a tangent of x that equals 1, then what we have to do is we have to find all your values where tangent of x equals 1, and then at the end we're going to multiply by 2. So we know that your tangent of x is a positive one, or tangent's positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3, and the values where your tangent, where your y over your x is the same, well, that means we're going to have x is equal to a pi over 4, and then we also have where x is equal to a 5 pi over 4. 5 pi over 4 is in your third quadrant. So if we're going to add a 2n pi to each of these, plus 2n pi, what we can actually do is we can combine this all into one answer, because if you're on your circle, you can simplify this a little bit. And actually, sorry, I take that back. Let's not do that. I take that back. Let's go ahead and put our divided by 2 back in here. So if we make this an x over 2 now instead, what we have to do in order to get rid of that divided by 2 is you're going to have to multiply both sides of your equation by 2. 3 by 2, multiply by 2. So then your new answers, when you have your half angle here, which you're dividing by half, is you get x is equal to, on the, let's see, because the 2 cancel, you get 2 times pi over 4 gives you a pi over 2, plus 2 times 2 and pi gives you a 4 n pi. And then if you take 2 times your, this over here, these cancel, so you get x is equal to 2 times the 5 pi over 4 is a 5 pi over 2, plus 4 n pi. So that's another way you can solve a function that has multiple angles. In this case, you start off with a dividing, so you have to end up by multiplying. Ta-da!